Marshall Faulk finds a hole, 35, jukes to the 40, he's the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Marshall Faulk!
Every football fan has an opinion on the greatest running backs of all time. You hear names like Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith, and Jim Brown. But somehow, Marshall Faulk gets overlooked. His numbers were ridiculous. His impact was undeniable. Yet people still leave him out of the top 5 all time. That doesn't make sense. So let's break it down. What made Faulk so special? And why does he deserve a permanent spot among the greatest to ever do it? From the moment Marshall Faulk stepped onto an NFL field, he played the game differently. The Indianapolis Colts took him with the 2nd overall pick in the 1994 draft. And right away, he proved why. In his rookie season, he ran for 1,282 yards, scored 11 touchdowns on the ground, and added another as a receiver. That kind of impact wasn't normal for a first-year player. Neither was winning Offensive Rookie of the Year and Pro Bowl MVP in the same season. No one had ever done that before. Faulk could do things most running backs couldn't. He wasn't just dangerous with the ball in his hands. He was a serious receiving threat, too. That first year, he caught 52 passes for 522 yards. Over 5 seasons with the Colts, he ran for over 5,300 yards, scored 42 rushing touchdowns, and racked up nearly 3,000 more yards as a receiver. His best year came in 1998 when he totaled 2,227 scrimmage yards. He ran for 1,319 and caught 86 passes for 908 yards. For a running back, that was unheard of. Defenses had no idea how to stop him. But even with Faulk putting up those numbers, the Colts weren't winning enough. In 1999, they made a move that changed everything. They traded him to the St. Louis Rams for a 2nd and 5th round draft pick. But that deal turned out to be one of the biggest steals in NFL history. St. Louis had been one of the worst teams in the league for years, but they had talent. Guys like Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt at receiver. They just needed one more piece. Faulk was that piece. At first, he wasn't sure about his new team. The Rams didn't have a winning culture, and he had no idea what to expect. Then in the preseason, something wild happened. Faulk missed a block on a blitz, and his quarterback, Trent Green, got injured. That meant the Rams had to start their backup, a guy nobody had heard of, Kurt Warner. Suddenly, everything clicked. Warner started lighting up defenses. Faulk was everywhere, running, catching, making defenses look helpless. The Rams' offense exploded. Faulk was the key to all of it. He did something only one other player had ever done before, joining Roger Craig as the 2nd player in NFL history to rack up over 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in the same season. He wasn't just good at running or catching, he was elite at both. By the time the season ended, he had piled up 2,429 total yards from scrimmage, breaking Barry Sanders' previous record. That number stood as the all-time mark until Chris Johnson eventually topped it in 2009. But Faulk wasn't just putting up stats, he was changing the game. His ability to dominate as both a runner and a receiver helped transform the Rams from a struggling 4-12 team into Super Bowl champions in just 1 year. That kind of impact couldn't be ignored, and the league took notice. Faulk walked away with the first of 3 straight NFL Offensive Player of the Year awards. Then came the biggest stage of all, Super Bowl 34. On January 30th, 2000, the Rams faced the Tennessee Titans in a game that would go down as one of the most thrilling in NFL history. The Titans' defense keyed in on Faulk, holding him to just 17 rushing yards. But shutting him down completely? That wasn't happening. As a receiver, he still made a huge impact, catching 5 passes for 90 yards. One of those was a 52-yard play that kept the Rams' offense moving when they needed it most. But the moment everyone remembers from that game wasn't an offensive play at all. It was linebacker Mike Jones's game-saving tackle, stopping Titans receiver Kevin Dyson just 1 yard short of the end zone as time expired. The Rams won 23-16, and Faulk's role in getting them there was undeniable. His dominance didn't stop with that one incredible season. From 1999 to 2001, he was simply on another level. He became the first player in NFL history to win 3 consecutive NFL Offensive Player of the Year awards. Over those 3 years, He put up more than 6,800 scrimmage yards and an unbelievable 59 total touchdowns. No other running back had ever blended speed, vision, power, and receiving ability quite like he did. One of his most unforgettable moments came on December 24th, 2000. The Rams were facing the Saints, and Faulk had a chance to make history. Emmitt Smith had set the single-season touchdown record with 25 back in 1995, a mark that seemed untouchable. But Faulk wasn't just chasing records. He was powering the Rams' high-octane offense, one that had already changed the way football was played. That night, he scored 3 times, 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving, pushing his season total to 26, and he didn't even play a full season. Knee surgery had sidelined him for 2 games, making the achievement even more incredible. The Rams won the game, keeping their playoff hopes alive, and Faulk walked off the field as the new record holder. His mark wouldn't last forever. Priest Holmes and LaDainian Tomlinson would later surpass it. But at that moment, Faulk had officially cemented his legacy as one of the greatest offensive weapons the league had ever seen. That 2000 season was part of an absolutely dominant 4-year stretch from 1998 to 2001. Every season during that span, Faulk led the NFL in scrimmage yards. Nobody had ever done that 4 years in a row before, and nobody has done it since. He wasn't just racking up yards on the ground, he was just as deadly catching passes out of the backfield. In 1999, he set an NFL record with 2,429 scrimmage yards, a number that still ranks among the best ever. Across those 4 seasons, he piled up over 6,800 rushing yards and nearly 3,000 receiving yards. That's almost 10,000 yards from scrimmage in just 4 years. It's no surprise he won 3 straight Offensive Player of the Year awards from 1999 to 2001. And then there was the 1,000 to 1,000 Club, a club so exclusive that only 2 players had ever joined it at the time. Roger Craig was the first to do it in 1985, and in 1999, Faulk became the second, rushing for 1,381 yards while adding 1,048 through the air. The next year, he came agonizingly close to doing it again. Even after missing 2 games, he finished with 1,359 rushing yards and 830 receiving yards. If he had just 170 more receiving yards, roughly 11 more per game, he would have pulled off back-to-back 1,000 seasons, something no player has ever done. But even without hitting that milestone again, he still walked away with the NFL MVP award that year. Faulk's career was filled with defining moments, and one of the earliest came in his rookie season. He had already proven himself as the 2nd overall pick by the Colts in 1994, but it was the Pro Bowl where he really made his mark. Getting to the game itself was a story in itself. He was involved in a car accident before the game and had to scramble to hitch a ride to the stadium, but once he got there, he put on a show. He ran for 180 yards on just 13 carries, shattering O.J. Simpson's long-standing Pro Bowl rushing record. And just to add to the spectacle, he scored on a 49-yard fake punt. It was the kind of performance that made everyone realize this guy was different. He became the first rookie ever to win Pro Bowl MVP, a fitting start for what would become a Hall of Fame career. Most guys either ran the ball or caught passes out of the backfield. Faulk did both at a level no one had seen before. His mix of speed, power, vision, and intelligence made him nearly unstoppable. No one in NFL history has ever done what he did. Over 12,000 rushing yards and 6,000 receiving yards. That stat alone puts him in a category by himself. He finished his career with 12,279 rushing yards, 6,875 receiving yards, and 767 catches. That's not normal for a running back. Those are numbers you expect from wide receivers, not someone who also had to take handoffs between the tackles. His all-purpose yardage, 6th in NFL history, total touchdowns, 136. He wasn't just putting up numbers. He was dominating defenses for over a decade. But it wasn't just about stats. Faulk changed how teams use running backs. From 1998 to 2002, he had 5 straight seasons with 80 or more catches. Before him, no one expected a running back to be a primary receiver. In 1999, he became just the second player ever to rush for 1,000 yards and receive for 1,000 in the same season. That year, he set an NFL record with 2,429 yards from scrimmage. Defenses couldn't figure him out. If you stacked the box, he'd motion out wide and burn you in the passing game. If you played coverage, he'd gash you on the ground. There was no right answer. His impact went beyond just playing. He was a football genius. Teammates and even opponents talked about how Faulk saw the game like a quarterback. Mark Bulger said he could have played the position if he wanted to. He'd read defenses, call out protections, and adjust plays at the line of scrimmage. Michael Strahan called him an on-field coach. Most running backs just follow the play. Faulk was directing them. That level of intelligence made him even more dangerous. In 1999, Faulk helped lead the Rams to a Super Bowl win. The greatest show on turf was built around his unique skill set. Defenses were so worried about him that even when he didn't have big rushing numbers in the Super Bowl, he still made a massive impact with 90 receiving yards. The next season, he was named NFL MVP after scoring a then-record 26 touchdowns. His 2,429 scrimmage yards that year stood as the best in history for over a decade. When his career was over, there was no debate. First ballot Hall of Famer in 2011. No waiting, no questions. Just recognition of what everyone already knew. Marshall Faulk wasn't just one of the best running backs ever. He was one of the best football players, period.